Want to learn how to make this? Collage animation is very engaging, and today we will make this basic animation in Fusion. If you find this video helpful, drop me a comment so I can create more collage animation tutorials. I have provided the images in the link below. Okay, let's start. If you are in the edit page in Davinci Resolve, you can right-click in the media pool and select New Fusion Composition. I'm going to make this about 10 seconds and call this collage animation. Now you will see a media out node. Next, let's add a background node. Press F2 and call it whatever you want. I will name it main background. Now let's change the color to something more colorful. Now we will add another background node. Drag it from here. I will name this node to circle. Connect the background node to the main background node and it will automatically create a merge node. Hold Ctrl and press space, polygon, or you can access it from here. Make sure it is connected. Now select the circle and choose a color. Now select this polygon node and right-click on the image and go down to Polygon 1, Polyline, the Go to Create and select Eclipse. I am going to make the width and height 0.30. Then select OK, and now you will see a circle or ellipse on your background. Now select the circle node and hold Ctrl and press space and search for transform. Now you can just drag it or change the settings from the right panel. Now you can choose where you want it or change it later. Now let's add a grain effect to the circle. Search for grain and select add. Now if you zoom in here, you can see the effect it creates. You can make changes on the right panel. Now select the transform node and let's do an animation. I will move the playhead to frame 30 and select the center and size keyframes. Now move the playhead to frame 0 and make the size 0. Now I am also going to move it more to the center by just moving it with the arrows. Then you get this cool animation. I want to make it a bit smoother, so select transform and then spline at the top. And the zoom to fit and select all icons. Press S and T and change the ease in and ease out settings to your liking. Let's add another background. Let's connect this node to create a merge node. I am going to make this color white, so select the node and change the color. Press F2 and name it. I will go with moving line. Now with the moving line node connect, select the polygon tool. Now I am going to draw around this circle to where the text will appear and back out and through the circle and out of the frame. Now for this to work, you need to untick solid on the right side panel and change the border width. I am going to give it a thin border. Now if you change the length values, you will see part of the line disappear. Let's move the playheader to the start and make the length 0 and select the keyframe. Now move a few frames forward to the moment the circle is fully visible. Now select the position keyframe and move forward a couple of frames. Now continue doing this until you're at the point where the text appears. Okay, so I have this animation, but it is a bit fast in the end. Select the polygon and make sure keyframes is active, then move that point to the right to make it move slower. So this is what we have so far. Okay, let's make a text appear when the line goes past this point. Drag a text plus node and connect it to the merge node. Type in your text on the right panel. Let's move it to around here. You can adjust your line path by simply selecting the polygon and moving the points you want to change. Okay, now let's move the playhead to the moment the line reaches the text area. We can change the right on values, but we will do it the opposite way. Move the playhead to the end of the text area and slide it back to the beginning. Let's make the animation smoother by selecting spline and changing the ease in and ease out values. This looks better. Cool. Next we will add an image. I have added the files in the description if you want to follow along. Drag in the photograph image. Name the node photograph. Connect it and move it to the right. Add a brightness contrast node. Move the saturation all the way down. Select this pre-divide, post-multiply. This just makes the changes on the photo and not the entire timeline. Now let's add a drop shadow for the photograph node. Next, let's add a transform node and change the angle values. Move your play header to the moment where the photo will be in its final position. Hit the keyframe and move the play header to the moment the photograph must start appearing. Just go to spline and make the animation smoother. Now we will add the traveler image, so just name it to travelers. So I noticed the line animation goes through the photo. Let's add an animation where the photograph and line interact. Let's animate this, move a few frames forward, and let the photo move back into its original position. Now add smoother animation. Let's connect the traveler's node to merge mode. Add a transform node and change the values to your liking. Add a drop shadow node. Add a brightness contrast node. Now I will add this airplane image. Make your changes. Now one last thing, let's change the text structure when the airplane interacts with it. Select the text node and go to transform and animate the Z rotation. One last thing, add a stop motion node. If you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know. And if you want me to continue making these types of videos, please drop a comment. Check out some other videos here.